True Sports presents the 2021 Athlete Bracket First Round West Region. Hi everyone, Drew here. Just want to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day. Mine is going great so far. Very happy to be here with you. I want to appreciate everyone voting on the first three regions, the Midwest, the South, and the East brackets. And now guess what we're at? We're at the West, which is mostly California love. But there are some other teams. Arizona, got some Portland representing the Dame. Also got Seattle, Washington, can't forget that too. But mostly just LA is a city full of stars. It's not just about Hollywood. It's also about, the NFL, NBA, MLB. The crazy thing is those three sports alone has so many stars. I did not put a single hockey player in this region. I'm sorry, ice hockey fans. But as you see in the other three regions, we did have some of the stars of hockey. Sidney Crosby, Connor McDavid, for example. Nathan McKinnon. Anyways, so let's go to the West region. As you know, it's going to be a lot of big stars out here. I'm going to keep you waiting too long. That was a nice shot, right? That was a nice shot from Mr. The One, the Only, LeBron James. Who else could be number one in the West region? To be honest with you, in the 128-person bracket, LeBron James is probably the man to beat. But again, it's up to you. If you want him out, you have to vote for who he's going up against. But also, LeBron James, his resume speaks for itself. He won the championship in the bubble last year. He's won 4 championships. He's been to countless finals. Pretty much in the Eastern Conference, he was a staple. Every year he was with the Cavaliers, that on his second term, he went to the finals. The man is one of the best athletes of all time. I know there's an argument, is he better than Jordan? That is an argument for a different day. Right now we're talking about LeBron James from Akron, Ohio, now at the Los Angeles Lakers, averaging 26, 8, and 8 this year, just doing his thing. He's a friggin' unicorn, guys. He's going to be 37 years old next season. It is incredible that he is still playing at the type of game he is right now. Going up against Joey Bosa of the San Diego Superchargers. Okay, I know it's not San Diego. It's the LA Chargers. They probably should still be in San Diego, but they're not. They're in LA. Representing SoFi Stadium right down there in Inglewood. We're hoping next season that we can actually get fans in there because that stadium looks sick. Anyways, Joey Bosa is maybe one of the most unblockable defensive ends in football. He probably would be higher on this list. He did have 7.5 sacks in 12 games last year. But he's had the injury bug. But still, when he is healthy, he is one of the best pass rushers in all of football. And his resume just speaks for itself. And also the fact that the Chargers paid him a boatload of cash. Anyways, please vote. LeBron, Bosa, hashtag best athlete. Let's go to 8-9. The lefty curveball from a baseball guy to also a guy who played baseball too. But first we're going to talk about Clayton Kershaw of the LA Dodgers, who finally got that monkey off his back this year, pitching 2 awesome games in the World Series, leading the Dodgers to their first World Championship in 32 years. They also won over 100 games the previous couple seasons, actually, and I take that back. They won over 100 games in 2017 and 2019. With the Dodgers going to this World Series in 2017 and 2018. Kershaw, as we know, well documented, had some tough starts. I guess the Astros in 2017 were maybe the trash can. That's up for debate. Well, not really. I mean, just watch the videos. But Clayton Kershaw last year, 6-2, 2.16 ERA. His velo is back. He was throwing 92, 93, and with that hook, slider, and changeup, he probably has the best 4-pitch arsenal in all of baseball still. And also, Clayton Kershaw is a first ballot Hall of Famer, the best pitcher of this generation. How can you not put him on the list? Going up against Russell Wilson. Wilson! Well, that's what Tom Hanks in Castaway says. He's not a volleyball, he's an NFL quarterback. He's also pretty darn good. Threw 40 touchdowns last season. The crazy thing about Russell Wilson, he has not received a single MVP vote, but that does not discount how great Russell Wilson is. He was voted as the number 2 player in all of football in the NFL Top 100 last year. There's a reason why, because the players know that Russell Wilson is one of the best players, not just quarterbacks, but players in the entire game. I just want to say it again. Wilson! Strike from right field, baby. Mookie Betts. LA Dodgers just got signed to a 13-year contract extension after getting traded from the Boston Red Sox. This guy is unbelievable. Won the MVP in 2018. Last year he hit .292 with 16 home runs. He was the missing link. He is probably, arguably, whatever you want to say. He's up there as the best all-around player in baseball, whatever you want to say. But as you know, the Dodgers have this man locked up, playing right field, sometimes center field every day, hitting at the top of the lineup. He is an absolute thorn in the side. There is nothing that Mookie Betts can't do. He is your stereotypical five-tool baseball player. Versus the Damian Lillard, who is now more cold-blooded in the clutch. Just go watch his YouTube videos. Like, Damian Lillard is one of the most clutch players in the NBA, the point guard for the Portland Trailblazers, averaging almost 30 a game this year. He was the MVP of the bubble. The Trailblazers were lucky to even get in the bubble, and they went 6-2, overtook the Memphis Grizzlies to go to the playoffs and then upset the Lakers in Game 1, and then Damian Lillard got hurt, and the Lakers took over that series. But Damian Lillard is arguably the best point guard in all of basketball. He is up there on the upper echelon. And also, he's a pretty sick rapper, if you can go listen to his videos as well. I mean, listen to his music as well. I believe you can find it on iTunes. But that's a different promotion. I'm not promoting rap or promoting sports. But if you like rap, go check it out. It's good stuff. There's only one player in the NFL. You can even say a quarterback. I know we all love Patrick Mahomes, but there's some that think that Tom Brady's still the best or Aaron Rodgers is still the best. You can argue the best corner. You can argue the best running back. You can argue the best left tackle. You cannot argue the best defensive lineman in football. It's Aaron friggin' Donald of the LA Rams. Won his third Defensive Player of the Year this past season, having 13.5 sacks. He is an absolute just thorn in the side for other teams. The Rams allowed less than 5 yards per play last year, was the number one defense in all of football. Of course, they just got Matty Stafford. Matty Football's in the trade from the Detroit Lions. They are going for it this year, and that's because the Rams Super Bowl window is open. And Aaron Donald is a big reason why. The man is unblockable. An absolute machine up front. Versus number 13, Cody Bellinger. Man, the Dodgers are stacked, right, guys? Like Mookie Betts, Clayton Kershaw. Walker Buehler didn't even make this list in honorable mention, and he's one of the best young pitchers in baseball. He throws fast, let's just say. I think it's hard, but we'll say he throws fast. He throws the baseball fast. You know, it comes in pretty fast. But anyways, Cody Bellinger, you're like, he only had 239 last year. Remember, as I said with baseball, a 60-game season, such a small sample size. And Bellinger in the playoffs, if you remember Game 7 of the NLCS, the guy is still one of the best players in all of baseball at any position. And a pretty awesome center fielder. There's nothing that Cody Bellinger can't do. And don't forget, in the last full season, he won the National League MVP, hitting .305 with 41 bombs. Steals bases. One of the toughest guys to double up in baseball. The man is just an absolute stud. Please vote. DeAndre Hopkins. I just caught him one-handed. Anyways, we're not going to talk about Hopkins. We're going to talk about Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, or as I like to call him, the Dynasty, the super team elixir, the kryptonite to the super team. That's what I was going to say. He's the kryptonite to super teams because he beat the Heat in the finals and broke up that super team with Dwayne Wade and LeBron James, Chris Bosh. And then he broke up the Warriors super team just 2 seasons ago in 2019, playing for the team up north. I think the Raptors, the greatest one-year trade, the greatest rental maybe in sports history. They knew that the Kawhi Leonard was probably going to Southern California where he's from, but they still took a gamble, traded for him from the San Antonio Spurs, and guess what? It paid off. They won a championship, knocking out Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. Even though I know that Durant and Klay Thompson both got injured in that series, but honestly, Kawhi Leonard was a man on a mission. He also made one of the coolest game-stealing Game 7 shots in NBA history. In fact, I believe it's the only buzzer beater ever, where it rolled around the rim against the 76ers, and then it went in from the corner. What a shot. Maybe one of the best moments, I would say, of the 2019 season in any sport. Now Kawhi Leonard is on the Clippers, and the Clippers are off to a pretty darn good start, third in the West. Certainly going to be a threat with the Lakers and those surprising Utah Jazz. Can't forget about them as well. Anyways, Kawhi Leonard deserving number 6 on this list. Very underrated basketball player, if he even is underrated. I don't think he is, but some do because he's not talked about in the same breath as Kevin Durant, James Harden, LeBron, Giannis. But still, one of the best players of this generation. Versus DeAndre Hopkins, who, is there anyone in football who is more unguardable than DeAndre Hopkins? I mean, all you need to do is just throw it up to him and he catches it. I mean, ask the Buffalo Bills. They had 3 corners like draping him, and he went up and caught it, and then he did this, dunking on people, which was freaking awesome in the post-game press conference. Had 115 receptions for over 1,400 receiving yards this season in his first year of Arizona with Arizona Cardinals. Traded from the Houston Texans. All I gotta say is they called the trade the heist because the Texans gave up David Johnson and a bag of peanuts for DeAndre Hopkins. I think the Cardinals won that trade. Just saying. Oh, gotta go way back here. From 47 feet, it's good. It's Stephen Curry, Golden State Warriors. What? Stephen Curry barely played last season. Have you seen him play this year? The guy is carrying the Warriors to the playoffs. They're going to make the playoffs, in my opinion, this year because of Steph Curry. They don't have Klay Thompson. Draymond Green is still good, but maybe not the player he was a few years ago. And it's a bunch of kids. And the crazy thing is that Stephen Curry is carrying the Warriors. He's a living highlight reel. And also, let's not forget that Stephen Curry changed. He changed the NBA. The NBA is played differently now. What is a center? Like a center can't guard Steph Curry from 34 feet out. He is an absolute pioneer of basketball and one of the most fun players in all of sports to watch. And that's why he's still the number 3 seed. And a dark horse in this bracket. You watch out for Steph Curry. Versus Jalen Ramsey, shutdown corner, Los Angeles Rams. When you got Aaron Donald on the front end and Jalen Ramsey in the back end, you have the number 1 defense in all of football. And Jalen Ramsey only had 1 interception this season. Why is that? Because teams don't throw at him because he's that good. He'll cover DeAndre Hopkins. He'll cover Deebo Samuel. He'll cover whoever your best receiver is, and he's going to shut him down. He is an absolute stud, Jalen Ramsey. He was worth those first-round picks that the Rams gave Jacksonville because you know what? The Rams don't care about first-round picks because they're going for it every year. Because in L.A., la land, you go for it because it's the city of stars. Uh-oh. Now it's time to dunk it like Anthony Davis does. Anthony Davis, Los Angeles Lakers, also known as the Unibrow. I'm trying to support it a little bit myself. Anyways, Anthony Davis, LA Lakers, first year, comes to the Lakers, guess what? Championship, just like the days of Kobe and Shaq, just like the days of Magic Johnson. The Lakers, it's kind of title town there. Anthony Davis this year averaging 22.5 points per game. But you know what? The Lakers have more depth than any team in the NBA with what they got in the free agency. They're probably the best team in all of basketball, even though I know the Utah Jazz and the Philadelphia 76ers are trying to say something about that. But you know what? Anthony Davis, there's nothing he can't do. Has really perfected his shot. It's crazy. He shoots almost 90% from the free throw line. He's deadly from downtown, but he also is 6'10" and can do anything in the low block. Plays awesome defense, blocks shots, swatting, anything that he can do, Anthony Davis can do better. Versus Fernando Tatis Jr. of the San Diego Padres. San Diego representing one of the most beautiful cities in all of America. I mean, who doesn't love San Diego? And this guy gets to play in San Diego every single day. Well, at least 81 times a year, because the other 81 games are on the road. Fernando Tatis would have won the Rookie of the Year if he wasn't dealing with injuries 2 seasons ago. He's still a baby, only 23 years old. He is one of the most, actually, did I say 23? He's actually 21. Sorry. Mistake. Edit out. Anyways, Fernando Tatis, he is maybe the pick for MVP this year. I'm just going on a limb. He might be my pick for the National League MVP. There is nothing that this man can't do. You see him play defense. You see him at the plate, stealing bases, hitting 3-0 pitches out of the yard. I know the Texas Rangers don't like that. Well, too bad. He did it. Don't throw a pitch right down the middle in the 3-0 count no matter what the score is. The unwritten rules of baseball are dumb anyways, and this is coming from the guy who played baseball, me, for 30 years. Not very well. I attempted to play baseball. Anyone who's on my teams is like, he attempted to play baseball. He hits the ball most of the time. Doesn't mean I hit it hard. It's probably going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. Actually, I think a 4-3 putout is about the best thing I have ever done in baseball. I think I do a 4-3 putout. You're like, hey, Andrew went 1 for 4, 2 ground outs to first, and and a fly out to left, and a bunt single, because they don't respect my speed. You know what speed they do respect? Fernando Tatis Jr. And then last but not least, Mike Trout, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. They're still called that. I don't know. Anyways, Mike Trout, just to let you know, he's played 9 full seasons in the bigs from 2012 to 2020. You know how many times Mike Trout has finished first or second in the MVP? Try 7 times. And the other 2 seasons he finished 4th, and then last season 5th. In a 60-game season that I'm sure Trout probably would have finished 1st or 2nd. Sorry, Jose Abreu. He probably would have came and caught you, because there's nothing that Trout can't do. All we know is that Mike Trout, when it's all said and done, could be one of the greatest players in the history of baseball. The guy, there's nothing he can't do. He literally looks like Spider-Man in center field, climbing over walls, robbing dudes of home runs. And he steals bases, walks a lot, cut down on his strikeout rate. Mike Trout is just, he's the best player of our generation, and the only person who maybe has an argument is Mookie Betts. Maybe. We'll see what happens. The two best players in baseball I know over the next few seasons play in Los Angeles, even though Fernando Tatis may be bringing his beer to the party and saying, hey, hold my beer. But we'll see. I mean, Tatis is only 21. He's got a long ways to go. Ronald Acuna out east as well. There's a lot of great young players in baseball. All I have to say is that just go read my page. Trust me, I'll probably have some vents about baseball. They need to promote their game better. It's a great game. Mike Trout's the best player in the great game of baseball. Versus Chris Paul of the Phoenix Suns. You know what? Chris Paul is only averaging 16 points a game this season. Chris Paul is not about scoring. What Chris Paul is about is building cultures and winners. Last season in Oklahoma City, they were tanking. Russell Westbrook, bye. Pretty much foul Paul George, bye. Everybody, bye. We're rebuilding. We're just going to hold on to Chris Paul just for this season because nobody was willing to give us anything for him. And guess what Chris Paul did? He led in the playoffs, number 5 seed in the loaded Western Conference, and lost by 2 points to a James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Houston Rockets team. They almost upset the Houston Rockets in the first round. And now at the Suns, haven't been in the playoffs since 2010. They're number 4 in the Western Conference. I would not be surprised if they hold that standing by the end of the season because Chris Paul comes in, builds winners, knows how to play with anyone, is probably one of the best, most fun players to play in the NBA because the man is just a distributor. And when the game is on the line, who do you want the ball more in their hands than Chris Paul? I know that Damian Lillard might have something to say about it. Steph Curry might have something to say about it. Kevin Durant might have something to say about it. LeBron James might have something to say about it. Whatever. You know. I've already promoted you guys in this. I'm talking about Chris Paul right now. Of the Phoenix Suns. The Valley of the Sun. Anyway, that's it for this video. All I have to say is please like and subscribe. Greatly appreciated. Also, you can check out some cool stuff at drewsports.com. Got some stuff if you want to read some past the NFL playoffs. I went 8-5, and then I just started picking in week 12 this season, and went 52 and 38, which is pretty darn good, I'd say. Proud of myself. That's pretty good. You can also follow me on Twitter at StuDrew. Hashtag best athlete. Hashtag poll. The polls are up. This poll will be up today, Valentine's Day. Represent the pink. Please take your loved one out to a nice dinner. Or just maybe buy them some chocolate and flowers, maybe some takeout. You know, I know that some states, I know California, you can't even go in a restaurant right now. You know, they sit outside. Things are getting better. Anyways, we're not talking about that. You know, we want to talk about happy things. And happy things. Sports makes me happy. Valentine's Day makes me happy. Love makes me happy. Love makes you happy. Love makes everyone happy. Anyways, also follow me on Facebook. Sports Do with Drew. Friend me. Go ahead, the poll's on there. You can just click on my page. It'll be right there. Just see the link. Click on it, vote, boom, 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 boom. Take 30 seconds to your life and you'll feel better. You'll be like, you know what, I contributed to the best athlete in all of sports. And please check out all of my good stuff on drewsports.com. I appreciate you all. Have a great Valentine's Day. Love you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.